your primary reason for not doing something is that it might upset someone, that leads to a whole bunch of sticky situations, which anyone who is a long-term people pleaser knows intimately. And my purpose now isn't to try to get to the heart of people pleasing, that's a whole different ball of wax, but I do want to point out one interesting result of using other people's responses to decide what to do. If you take that to the extreme, it would imply that upsetting someone is bad behavior, and in turn, that good behavior would mean never upsetting anyone. No matter how they interpret your actions, no matter whether two people want opposite things from you at the same time, that's a bind that I think most of us can identify with, and it feels awful when you want to please both parties and can't. If grandma wants her grandchild at the table, but the grandkid is struggling with all of the noises and a lot of people eating and talking over each other and all the smells of so many different foods and other sensory things and it's all just too much, whether the kid stays or leaves, one of them is going to feel hurt. Trying to please is what a lot of us do, even autistics, despite the stereotypes. We'll go well out of our way to not upset other people, to act normal, to go to the holiday dinner even at great personal cost just to avoid an argument or a judgment. But when you really get down to it, what you're doing is essentially using other people's reactions as a standard for what is acceptable behavior. Or pushing it further, it means pinning one's ethical standards to people's reactions, which isn't necessarily a healthy way to determine right from wrong. Because people's reactions can come from lots of things that have nothing to do with the present situation. Using that as a way to figure out what to do gets extra complicated when people have conflicting needs between grandma's need for connection and the kid's need for manageable levels of sensory input. Which one wins out? Often the older person. But what about the kid's pain? Is it less important because he doesn't have the skills to accurately explain what's going on? Does it have to be a win-lose conflict? Is there a third option that can meet both of their needs? Maybe grandma can spend time with her grandkid before or after dinner, or on a different day when there's fewer people around and not as much overwhelm. And the kid can spend dinner in their room so they're not as drained later for grandma time.